Thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, and it's really good to be back home. You know, the past month we've literally traveled coast to coast playing shows. We covered west, east, and north, and now we're back home in Florida. So thank you for coming out and proving that we can still play shows and go to sleep in our own beds. This is great. So thank you for coming to hang out with us. Almost 2 years ago now, my wife and I found out that we were about to have our first baby boy. And I live down in Fort Myers, Florida, and there's a little state park just south of me called Lover's Key. And the greatest thing about it is it has no cell signal. So we found out that we were about to have our baby, and we walked down to that beach and went on a nice long walk and talked about what our life would look like. And I wrote this song called Lover's Key. Keep slipping away, always chasing the days where we're caught in the current, trying to stay afloat. The weight of the world crashing down, we're picking up speed, but we're losing ground. There's no place where we can let it all go. Dance with the sun and down on Lover's Key, just living a life here down by the salty sea. No hustle, no grind, we got the ocean and island time. And we can stay with the palms down on Lover's Key. Yeah, we could press pause for the day. We'll take that old road, head down to the shore. The taste of the salt, so sweet. And get that warm sand under our feet with. We'll cast all our worries to the ocean floor. We can dance with the sun down on Lover's Key. Just living the life, here down by the salty sea. No hustle, no grind, we got the ocean and island time. We can sway with the palms down on Lover's Key. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Well, it always feels a little bit better when we're dancing side by side. We built the ship that'll make it through the weather. Use this breeze as our guide. Yeah, we'll be alright. Yeah, we can dance with the sun down on Lover's Key. Just living the life, get down by the salty sea. No hustle, no grind, we got the ocean and island time. We can play with the palms down on Lover's Key. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Sing with us if you want. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Oh. Thank you guys. I like to say that you can always make more money, but you can never make more time. So thank you for coming to spend your hard-earned time here with us at the Habitat tonight. Thank you guys. The other night I saw a man sit beneath a tall oak tree. Said, excuse me, sir, would you mind helping me? Yeah, this world's got me down. Oh, I don't know where to go. He smiled and said, nothing I can tell you, son, that you don't know. So rise and shine, don't waste no precious time. You don't you worry about the cost. Well, I hope you see all the ends of the earth. But most of all, I hope that you get lost. Well, he said you look like a reflection of a man I knew long ago. Back then I blinked and then my beard turned to snow. Yeah, there's a problem in the world today. Yeah. Everybody's looking for the easy way out. You gotta stop living life how you're told. So rise and shine, no waste, no precious time. Don't you worry about the cost. Well, I hope you see all the ends of the earth. But most of all, I hope that you get lost. hear it on the radio. Sunshine in summertime, we're all chasing that horizon line. Sailing where the water meets the sea. So rise and shine, waste no precious time. Don't you worry about the cost. Well, I hope you see all the ends of the earth. But most of all, I hope that you get lost. Yeah. So rise and shine, waste no precious time. And don't you worry about the cost. Well, I hope you see all the ends of the earth. But most of all, I hope that you get lost. Yeah, most of all, I hope that you get lost. Well, most of all, I hope we all get lost. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with getting lost in life, but Ken and Heather do discourage getting lost back here after dark. They want to go to bed when the show's over, so don't get lost back here tonight, you know? Cheers, guys. Thanks for being here today. We appreciate you.
Now, Jack's been pretty wild.
So, like I mentioned, my wife and I had a baby last year, and she did most of the work. You know, I was just there. But he's awesome. You know, he turned 1 earlier this year, and you know, being a parent these days is funny. There's all these things to commemorate the occasion, all these little books and things you're supposed to fill out and sign. So I was in the hospital filling out this book, you know, about memories, you know, like what was the weather like, you know, what color shirt was Dad wearing? And I got to one line, it's like, well, what's happening in the world today? And I was like, I don't really want to write this in this book. It's a pretty good day so far. I don't really want to harsh the vibe this early on in his life, you know, but not too long before he was born, my wife and I were very fortunate enough to go on a trip out west. We went to the Grand Tetons, and right below the mountains there's the Snake River, and you can take a raft ride down the river, and it was beautiful, one of my favorite things I've done. And I was thinking about that when I was filling out this book, and you know, the river goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, but you get there in the end. And I was like, that's kind of what life is like. So I wrote this song as like a letter to my son one day, that he can maybe listen to the song and, you know that life will go back and forth, it'll go up and down, but we'll all get there in the end. It'll be okay. So this song's called The River.
Yeah.
Woo.
New eyes, find a world full of big surprises, shining light. Wishing I could give you a clean slate. We're stuck with the world and what it's made of. Crazy days, back and forth, back and again. The river turns, twisting bends. It goes a long way. It's gonna be okay. But the water cuts too slow again. We'll go our own way. We're gonna break away. Grow like flowers in the spring. When it rains, we'll see just what it brings. Brand new things. Summer always turns to fall. Wishing time would turn back to a crawl. We want it all. Back and forth, back and again. The river turns, twisting bends. It goes a long way. It's gonna be okay. Shoreline tries to hold us in, but the water cuts too stone again. Go our own way. We're gonna break away. Yeah, we try. Oh, we try. Stay afloat just as long as we can. know that you're not alone. Well, open up your oyster shell where the river leads. Only time will tell. It will tell. Back and forth, back and again, the river turns, twisting, baby, goes a long way. It's gonna be okay. The shoreline tries to hold us in, but the water cuts the stone again. Go our own way, gonna break away. Back and forth and back and again, the river turns, twisting, baby, goes a long way. It's gonna be okay. Shoreline tries to hold us in, but the water cuts the stone again. Go our own way, gonna break away. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Stay hydrated, boys. Stay hydrated out there, guys. You know?
Jumbo hot. No passing out, man.
So for those of you who've never seen Monallo before, I'm sorry to disappoint. Not a big old Hawaiian dude with a ukulele up here. Just another white guy with a guitar. Like we don't have enough of those already, you know. So, but thank you for coming out anyways. I started doing this as Monallo 12 years ago, and I was living up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And if you, we got a lot of Pittsburgh people in the house tonight, and it's great to see you guys again. And you know, up in Pittsburgh, if you know your geography, there's three rivers that meet there at the city. It's the Monongahela and the Allegheny meet to form the Ohio River. So I'd gotten booked for a music festival in Pittsburgh, and I didn't have a band name. So I just scrambled those letters together and made up my own word and kind of stuck with it. And I like that it kind of sounds, you know, very Hawaiian vibes. You know, I taught myself to play guitar listening to Jack Johnson and all of those dudes. So I thought it was very fitting. But it's funny, you know, Mr. Alan Jax Bowers back here. Get up for Jax. Hello, everybody. He heard one of my songs on the radio, and he sent me a message. He said, "Hey, man, I'm over in Greece. We should get together and work together sometimes." I was like, "Man, I live in Florida. Greece is a heck of a commute for me, man. I don't know. You know, I'm doing okay, but I'm not doing that well." And he's like, "No, I'm just here working. I live in Florida too." So we met up at his studio, and we were about to just kind of hang out and jam for a little bit. And I got out of my car, and I think he thought I was his Amazon delivery driver because he was like, he's like, "You're white." And I said, "So are you." And he's like, "Good point. Let's get to work."
Here we are. Yeah.
But it's been quite a journey. Like Heather said, I met Heather and Ken, and that was probably 4 years ago now at Caravan of the Keys. And it's been a pretty crazy 4 years because about 6 years ago, I was about ready to hang up the towel during those dark days when you couldn't travel anywhere. It was really bad for business, you could imagine. So I was about to call it quits, but then 4 years ago, you know, I kind of just put out some new music and got to link up with these wonderful people that let us come to their backyards and have concerts. So big thanks to Ken and Heather for having us back and for all the work that you guys do to make it so comfortable for all of us. You know? This is a song that I wrote about a guy I met down in Belize. And every day on this beach, this guy dresses in head to toe in yellow, and it's, you know, he just walks around the entire island every morning. And after going down there 2 or 3 years, I finally asked one of the locals. I said, "What's up with that guy? He's always dressed in yellow, walking around." And they're like, "Oh, that's just the yellow man. His job is to keep the nuclear bombs away." I said, "Well, he's doing a great job." I'm very, very happy that man retired from the States to come down here and rough it in Belize so that he can hang out and wear yellow all day. But I figured that guy needed a song written about him, so this song's called "The Man in Yellow." Sun crests the horizon as I make my way to shore. You can bet that no one on this island's ever seen anybody like me before. Every morning I dress in yellow from head to toe. My feet will sink in sand with every extra mile that I'll go. Follow coconuts under shade of the palm tree. I got the birds flying high in the sky to keep me company. Yeah, I'm the man in yellow. I can shield you from the bellows, and I'm keeping it safe down below. When I walk this island, so soft and silent, and I'm doing the best that I can. No one understands this life that I lead, but it'd be a cold, dark world if you didn't have somebody like me. All my life I've traveled across the sea. Once the fate is made, I'll sail away wherever the winds take me. Yeah, I'm the man in yellow, shield you from the bellows, and I'm keeping it safe down below. And I walk this island, so soft and silent, and I'm doing the best that I can. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. It's great playing for people as wonderful as yourselves. We don't always get to do that nice little quiet ending, so thank you. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We're just stoked that you're here, you know? We put out a new record in April. It's called Moon and Machine, and we got some copies over here. You know, we'll get to that part later, but this thing's been listened to 100,000 times since it was put out in April. So thank you guys so much for listening to this record. Here's the title track to that song, to that record. The song is called Moon and Machine. And I came up with a song idea, and I wrote it with my buddy, Mr. Pete Robertson over here on bass. Thank you, Pete. He hasn't said much yet tonight, but he's from Australia, and he'll give you some Australian fun facts before the night's done. Because at Monallo shows, we like to entertain you and educate you, you know? We got to give you some fun facts on your way out.
Absolutely.
There we go. But this song, Moon and Machine, I was trying to log into my bank account one day, you know, and typed in my password, and it said incorrect password. So I tried again. It said incorrect password, and I tried a third time. It said incorrect password. You've been locked out for 24 hours. So the next day I came back, and I was like, I'm just trying to check, see if I have any money to buy gas right now. Came back the next day and logged in, and it was like, okay, set a new password. So I set a new password, and it said you can't use the same password that you used before. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was like, my phone knows more about me than I know about me. You know, so I called Pete and I said, I got an idea for a song. I think we got to write it. It's called Moon and Machine. It's about, you know, that this current struggle that we all have stuck between our phones and Mother Nature. So hope you guys enjoy. got to keep moving. Think I got it all figured out, but I keep losing everything I'm thinking about. Yeah, but trying, I try, just don't know why. Went out with the tide in the end. Got to keep moving. Caught between the moon and machine once again. In the pool of an ever-changing sea, so many places I think I'd rather be. I left the city, started walking away. There's too much of a gap between the paper and pay. Cause I'm tired of the concrete, I'm tired of the lies. I gotta find my way through natural design. The current's got a hold, I go with the flow. Yeah, the moon shines down, knows where to go. Feel that fresh air on my skin. Trusting Mama Nature to take me in. So I got to keep moving. I think I got it all figured out, but I keep losing everything I'm thinking about. Yeah, well I try and I try, just don't know why. I went out with the tide in the end. Got to keep moving. Caught between the moon and machine once again. Everything I own stuck behind this screen. There's no connection, nowhere to be seen. 12-digit code, it all flew away. Rather soak it all up for a rainy day. We're losing our grip, we're losing control. We're caught in a language that nobody knows. Zeros and ones, what have we done? Well, the battle's been lost before it's even begun. Try to find a new kind of hope, but you become a digital ghost. So I got to keep moving. Think I got it all figured out, but I keep losing everything I'm thinking about. Yeah, well I try and I try, just don't know why. I went out with the tide in the end. Got to keep moving. Caught between the moon and machine once again. Is this life or is this the code? Tracking all that we pretend we know. In the clouds, keep the score. In my own 2 feet, getting me too sure. Well, I got to keep moving. Think I got it all figured out, but I keep losing everything I'm thinking about. Yeah, well I try and I try, just don't know why. I went out with the tide in the end. Got to keep moving. Caught between the moon and machine once again. So now I just write all my passwords on a piece of paper. It's just sitting there on the counter, you know?
We all do it, bro.
Right.
It has the word moon and machine all over.
Yeah.
Which count? Moon, hashtag, machine.
Yeah, don't try and steal that later. That's not my password. Here's a song we don't get to play that often. It's called From the Sand. And this is a problem that we don't have that often here in Florida, but I like playing it up north when we're there and when people are cold. And rubbing it in that we live down here in Florida. I kind of wrote this. My brother moved to New York City. He still lives there. And every time he comes to visit, he's like, man, I wish I could live by the beach. I said, yeah, you could, but you're just a little too far from the sand. So, song's From the Sand. Thank you, guys. I hope you're never too far from the sand.
Rattle cool.
So we've had a pretty cool year. We put out a new record. This is the most we've toured as a group ever, and it's been great. We were in Colorado a couple weeks ago. We were in California. We were in New Mexico. I was up in Wisconsin, Illinois last weekend. Next week I'm off to Nashville. We're up to the Panhandle. We've been traveling a lot, which is great. We're meeting so many new people.
Chicago?
I said Chicago. It's okay. I was with her in Chicago. If you couldn't tell, Chicago. I did say Illinois though, Kristen. I did say Illinois, not Chicago specifically. So I was just outside of Chicago. But we've had a lot of fun. We've been meeting a lot of fun people and taking our music to new crowds. It's been great. And we've also gotten to work with a lot of people that we love and admire, musician wise. And this is one of those cool things. We had a thing with Margaritaville set up. We're an official Margaritaville band, so we can play any property that Margaritaville owns, land, air, or sea, whatever. You know, whenever they put one on the moon, we'll be there.
Beach House on the Moon.
Beach House on the Moon. That's a good song. Nobody steal that. Beach House on the Moon. That's ours.
Sign my NDA.
Yeah. You all signed it on the way in, right? But to celebrate that, we wanted to do something kind of cool, a little homage to Mr. Buffett, who is, a huge influence on our sound and our genre of music. And pretty neat that Mr. Jack Bowers back here in our band was one of the few people I know that knew Mr. Buffett personally. So we wanted to cover this Buffett song, Margaritaville. Full disclosure, didn't love it. They have a weird agreement, but we did it anyways because that's what rock and roll is all about, right?
Good way to phrase that. Very diplomatic, James.
So we did it. It's out in the world, and I love it. You know, we took a Buffett classic song, Changes in Latitudes, and we made it our own, and we recorded it, and you can hear it wherever you hear your music. And we were in the studio working on it, and Jax was like, what if we got a couple Coral Reefers on this song? And I was like, that would be really cool, Jax, but I don't have any Coral Reefers in my phone. He said, who do you want? And I was like,
I got them all.
I was like, you're the man, Jack. So we convinced Miss Nadira Shakur and Mr. Jim Mayer to join us on this track. And I'll let Jack tell you this next part of the story because it was a text message to him.
Oh, with Nadira, yeah. When I sent it to Jim's, Bill, Kristen, Jim's a little bit of a purist. So I was a little worried because we definitely changed it. You're about to hear it's very different than the original from 1977. But he loved it, and he even rehashed something that I forgot Jimmy used to say, put a new coat of paint on it, which I forgot. Jimmy would say that all the time when they would rehash something. But with Nadira, it was, of course, one step further. I sent it to her, and she was like, she texted me, she's like, I love it, I'll do it. But the funniest is when she called me back, she was like, you Monalloized it. Yeah. She was like, oh, Monallo's a verb now. So thank you, Nadira, thank you, Jim, and here we are.
This is our version of Changes in Latitude. Hope you dig it. Faces and all of the places, wondering where they all disappeared. But I didn't ponder the question too long. I was hungry and out for a bite. Ran into a chum with a bottle of rum. We wound up drinking all night. But these changes in latitudes, changes in attitudes, nothing remains quite the same. With all of our running and all of our cunning, if we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. In some big airport reminds me of the places out there. So many good times I brought, so much pleasure makes me wanna go back again. Well, yesterday's over my shoulder, so I can't look back for too long. Yeah, there's too much to see waiting in front of me, and I know that I just can't go wrong. These changes in attitudes, changes in attitudes, nothing remains quite the same. With all of the eyes and all of the highs, if we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. Think about Paris when I'm high on red wine, wishing I could jump on a plane. So many nights I just dream of the ocean, wishing I was sailing again. Well, yesterday's over my shoulder, so I can't look back for too long. And there's too much to see waiting in front of me, and I know that I just can't go wrong. Changes in attitudes, changes in attitudes, nothing remains quite the same. With all of our running and all of our cunning, if we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. Changes in attitudes, changes in attitudes, nothing remains quite the same. With all of the islands and all of the highs, if we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. Said if we were not crazy, we would go insane. Thank you. That's our take on that Buffett classic song. That's our Monallo-wise version of it. So hope you enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Thank you. Well, cheers to that. Thank you. I heard one awesome. That's all we need. That fuels me to the next song, you know? Cheers.
Don't tell Jimmy, but I think I like your version.
I won't tell him. Thank you, Heather. We'll keep that a secret. So this, Heather mentioned the event that I was at that where I met her and Cam for the first time. I met a couple people out here at that event for the first time. And that was my first introduction in this world of trop rock and house concerts. And if you're new to the house concert community, new to the habitat, trop rock, it's a very cool genre. If you like what we're doing, you'll like trop rock a lot. I think we're not the purest of the pure trop rocks, but if you like a mix of what we're doing with more Jimmy Buffett, more little country, beach country stuff, you'll love it. It's a lot of great people making great music. But this is a song that I submitted to a radio station when I moved down to Florida, and this is a song that got me invited to that little event, and it's called "Live by the Sea." I wrote this song. I was living outside of Washington D.C. with my wife, and I like to say that's where time and traffic stand still together. And I said we got to get out of here. So she went to work, and I wrote this song, and I wrote and recorded it before she got back, and I, she came in. I said, "What do you think?" And she's like, "Oh, that's a good song." And I was like, "Well, what do you think? Should I put it out there?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, absolutely." I was like, "Well, what do you think about the song? It's called Live by the Sea." She's like, "That's a really cool idea." So then 2 years later, she came to me, and she said, "Hey, what do you think I'm moving to Florida?" And I went, "Yes." You got to play the long game. You got to play the long game sometimes. So this is Live by the Sea, which is the reason that this is a song that brought my music up from not wanting to do it anymore. This is a song that introduced me to all you wonderful people. So thank you guys for being here with us. Thanks for living down here by the sea. Miss that sound of the ocean, the smell of salt on the breeze. Honey, if it don't make no difference to you, well, I think I could live by the sea. Yeah, I think I could live by the sea, yeah. Well, we can hold hands as we walk through the sand. We'll laugh at the birds on the shore. When the weather gets hot, yeah, we'll just jump in the water. You and me, I don't need nothing more. Listen to the waves as they sing us a song, but soon we'll be singing our own. We'll plant a tree, start a family. We can do what we want in our home. Miss that sound of the ocean, the smell of salt on the breeze. Honey, if it don't make no difference to you, well, I think that I could live by the sea. Yeah, I think I could live by the sea, yeah. Well, we'll be sipping coladas at the end of palapas. We'll watch the clouds in the sky, soaking up sunshine, just living that good Honey, if it don't make no difference to you, well, I think I'd like to live by the sea. Yeah, I think I'd like to live by the sea, yeah. Listen the sound of the ocean, the sway of the palm trees. Honey, if it don't make no difference to you, well, I think I'd like to live by the sea. Yeah, I think I'd like to live by the sea. Yeah, well, maybe we could live by the sea, yeah. Thank you. Now I get to live down here in Florida, which is pretty neat.
You're welcome. Not Greece, but
Again, give it up to Ken and Heather for having us out today. Look, like, they took all precautions, you know, like the tent was ready, the umbrellas were up, everybody was going to be perfectly covered from any amount of the R stuff that we're not going to talk about. But thank you guys for doing all of the behind-the-scenes work to have us here today. We really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. And if you're new to the Habitat, check out their schedule. They got a lot of cool people coming up. Who's your next show? Trevor in 2 weeks, right? Yeah, Trevor's a buddy of ours. He joined us at our album release show back in April, and he's very talented. So come see Trevor in 2 weeks, but don't leave yet. We're still going to sing more songs for you. We want to hang out with you too now. But thanks for having us, guys. This song's called Everything's Beachy. And everything's beachy on the Gulf Coast of Florida. I think we know that. I'm laying low. I'm counting down the seconds, tick-tock. My boss is in the mood, he won't stop giving orders. Thinks he's got me cornered, but he don't know in my mind that I'm floating in Florida. 'Cause everything is beachy on that Gulf Coast. So grab a margarita and let's make a toast. Some sun and sand, shades in our hand, yeah. We're getting down with that Tiki-Bar band. Everything is beachy on that Gulf Coast. It's stocked and fully loaded. I got just enough to finally get me going out of Tennessee, coasting down the interstate. Gonna stop and pick up something sweet in Georgia along the way. 'Cause everything is beachy on that Gulf Coast. Grab a margarita and let's make a toast. To the sun and the sand, shades in my hand. We're getting down with that Tiki-Bar band. Everything is beachy on that Gulf Coast. Let's go. everything's beachy on the Gulf. You know?
Come on.
You guys doing okay? Enjoying yourselves? Awesome. So what we like to do during these shows, you know, we appreciate you guys hanging out and sitting and keeping it all in, you know. But we'll take a break. We're gonna do a couple more songs, take a break, walk around, come say hi. We got some merch over here, and just come check it out. If you want to get something, cool. If you don't, just come say hi. We have free stickers. We just like meeting new people. If you've seen us before, give us a high five and a beer. But no, just come say hi. That's the wonderful thing about these house concerts is you know, we're here to meet you guys and hang out with you guys and forge friendships that will last forever. How many people have seen a Monallo show before? How many of you guys would consider yourselves friends of Monallo? Thank you. I'll say everybody's hand should be back up for that one. So that's what it's all about. Come say hi. We're gonna play a couple more songs for you guys, and we'll take a little break. So you know, then we'll come back and play some more songs, and we'll have a good time. This song, it's been pretty cool.
Number one.
You know, this was the number one song on the Radio A1A Top 40 for last month. And, so thank you, Captain. Thank you for voting for it. And up here up front, this is Karen. She's the captain of our Monallo Monsoon Facebook page. And she's responsible for the legal limit of all votes, I think. But we appreciate all that she does to help us. And yeah, this song was the number one song last month on the Trop 40 chart for Radio 1A1A, and it was the number 3 song on the Radio Trop Rock Buzzin' Dozen.
Going to number
It
1.
has also been on the Buzzin' Dozen since it came out last October, and that's pretty wild. So thank you for listening to this song for almost a year now, and listening to it so much that it's stayed up and stayed relevant. It's one of our favorite songs. And the cool part about the recorded version of this song is it has an organ player on it, and this guy's name is Mr. John Ginty. And he's a Grammy-nominated pianist and keyboard player. We always leave a space for Mr. Ginty, but he's always on tour with the Allman Brothers, the Allman Betts Band now, so he hasn't accepted our invitation yet. But he's played with Jewel, he's played with the Dixie Chicks, he's played with the Wu-Tang Clan,
Robert
and
Randolph,
now he's played with Monallo, so we're very happy to have him on this track. We're an esteemed company, but this song's called Wherever I Am. It's just all about taking those good vibes wherever you are, and it's been cool to actually do that this year and play this song wherever we go, so thanks for hanging out with us here. Wherever we go wasn't that far for us today, and that's awesome too, so wherever I am. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you for listening to that song for so long, and let's keep it going, you know? We really appreciate it.
Everybody's so quiet.
Heather gave you guys the spiel.
You're scared.
Give it up for my dudes, Mr. Alan Jack Bowers on drums over here.
Thank you.
Mr. Pete Robertson on bass. Yeah.
Pirate Pete, ladies and gentlemen.
I promise you guys Australian facts, and Australian facts you shall get, because that song always takes my guitar out of tune. And so I'm going to have Pete tell you a fun fact and distract you over here while I tune my
Make it
guitar
something good, Winker.
over here. So pick a good fact. Something good, Pete. Don't disappoint
Something
him.
good, huh?
I built you up.
Who's heard my Australian facts before? Anyone? Only one. Only one. That's good. So if I repeat myself, it doesn't matter. So you all remember that YouTube sensation where the dude was boxing the kangaroo? The big red kangaroo, and he was chasing it around the bush and stuff like that. Did you all see that? YouTube, Instagram. Anyway, so that's actually real, and that guy's a kangaroo. He saves joeys. When kangaroos get hit by cars, he saves the joeys out of the mama's pouches, and he raises the joeys and puts them back out into the wild. There's actually a movie about it, and I didn't notice, and I watched it on the plane on the way back from Denver. It's called Kangaroo. It's the sweetest movie ever, and I didn't know it. I thought that was just a hoax. Some dude fighting a big red kangaroo. It's actually real.
I'm sitting on the plane next to Pete. We're flying to California. Pete's Australian. We've established that. I look over and he's watching a movie about kangaroos. And he's drinking a beer. And I was like, how much more Australian can you get right now?
That was Crocodile Dundee. Come on.
They didn't have Foster.
It was Crocodile Dundee. I apologize. So he watched Crocodile Dundee on the way out and a kangaroo movie on the way back. So
They didn't have Foster, so I couldn't send that back to you.
oh man.
Mr. First Class here. Thanks for the beers.
I wasn't drinking, so I sent them back to them.
Yeah,
No, I wasn't. I really wasn't.
Somebody who we won't name bumped their ticket up to business class without telling us. But to make up for it, he sent us back several beers on the flight. And it made me and Pete look really cool because the stewardesses were like, "Your beers from the front, sir?" And we're like, "Yes, we will.
Everybody's looking at
Don't
us.
mind if we do."
The flight attendant was like, she's like, nobody's ever done that before. I'm like, well, I just gotta take care of my boys, you know? It's fine.
This is the first song that I ever wrote when I started writing my own music. I had to have vocal cord surgery back when I was in my younger 20s, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to make music anymore. The doctor told me not to, count on it or not to be able to do anything, but just work on just getting better, and we'll see what happens. But my voice came back, and that was really cool. So I started writing music. This is the first song that I wrote. It's called Quarter, and it's all about just putting that quarter in the jukebox and experiencing that next phase of life, the next level, and chasing the horizon. And I sent it to a buddy of mine way back when, and I said, "What do you think of this song?" I just wrote it, and he said, "That's pretty cool. You should start a band." And well, 12 years later, here we go. And this is actually the third time we recorded this song. It's on our new record, Moon and Machine. But they say the third time is the charm for the reason. This is the band. This is the song. Here's our song, Quarter. Hope you enjoy it. Too many places, words in people's faces tell me, should this have to end? It's the same old thing, can no take away, living in the same old skin. But I understand, the world's got a plan, nothing wrong with getting lost. So what do you mean, with your same old routine? Could you tell me, brother, what's that called? Well, I can stand horizon in you. Nothing that I'm trying to prove. Turning, we stop, always yearning and wondering how it's gonna be. Another day at the grind, we say, but what's it really mean to be free? They understand that we all had a plan, nothing wrong with getting lost. So what do you mean with your same old routine? Can you tell me, brother, what's that called? Well, I could stand horizon in view, nothing that I'm trying to prove. There's a whole world out there that I'm about to uncover. Yeah, yeah, think I'll just be my next order. Ah, yeah, yeah. She was a fast machine, she kept the motor clean. She was the best damn woman that I ever seen. She had the same size, telling me no lies, knocking me out with those American eyes. Think a moment to share, she had me fighting for air. Told me to come, but I was already there. And the walls were shaking, my mind was aching, ground was quaking. We were making you, yeah, you got what I need. Say he's just a friend, you say he's just a friend. Now, baby, yeah, you got what I need. You say he's just a friend. You say he's just a friend. Well, I could take her rising and view, nothing that I'm trying to prove. There's a whole world out there that I'm about to uncover. Yeah, yeah, I think I'll just be my next order. Ah, yeah, yeah. Faces, words in people's faces tell me that this has to end. Same old thing with a new takeaway, living in the same old skin. But I understand the world's got a plan, nothing wrong with getting lost. So what do you mean when you say more teeth? Can you tell me, brother, what's that called? Well, I could stand the rising and view, nothing that I'm trying to prove. Whole world out there that I'm about to uncover. Yeah, yeah, think I'll just be my next order. Well, I could stand horizon and view, nothing that I'm trying to prove. There's a whole world out there that I'm about to uncover. Yeah, yeah, think I'll just be my next order. Think I'll just be my next order. Ah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We're going to take a little break, 10, 15 minutes. We'll see. Come say hi, grab a fresh drink, enjoy some air conditioning, go to the bathroom, whatever you got to do, have your conversation.